How's it going? Long time no see. Actually not that long, maybe kind of long. So, as you know, I think you know, I'm gonna be doing Suicide Squad Harley Quinn for Halloween. Yeah, everyone's doing it, whatever. I just really wanted to do it. And for some future conventions, possibly. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I have been making, over the past month, a Harley Quinn replica revolver. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I got some requests on Instagram for a video tutorial on how to make this, and sadly I do not have enough leftover resources nor really the time to go through step by step and like actually make another one. So instead I'm just gonna go through step by step and tell you what I used and tell you how I used it. Without further ado, Harley Quinn's gun. Here is a close-up of what it looks like. The only thing that I have left to do is she has like a little medallion type thing of Joker's face, like a little like drawing of it or whatever, and that's the only thing that I have to print out and glue on. So other than that, it is done. And I'm not really much of a prop maker, so I feel like for my first prop, I mean, it's not too shabby, I hope. Yeah, so the first thing I need to give credit to HyperPropsFX, who I will link down below. They were the best tutorial I found at the time, and possibly still, of how to make this, because I knew I don't have like a table saw or anything, otherwise I would have made it out of wood pieces, but this was really cheap for me to make, and it wasn't that hard. Like, I really didn't get frustrated with any steps of making this, which is amazing. Basically how the guy on that video says to do it is you need foam core, which is this stuff. This is a sign that my friend made me when she was picking me up from the airport. So yeah, this is the only example I have because I don't have any foam core left over. So foam board or foam core, whichever, usually is white on both sides, and the kind that I had was, but it's like this thick. I'm not really sure how thick that is, but it's just like basically not poster board, but cardstock with like foam in the middle of it. It's pretty rigid. You can buy these in like a giant sheet at Walmart. I think it was like less than $1. So yeah, you just need one giant sheet of this, and then you need the other guy's tutorial because the template for the gun is on his website. So basically what this gun consists of is, let's see, like 4 different pieces of foam core. And so you cut out like, see how like these, I don't know, you can probably see it on the top. Yeah, so there's like this gold layer, which I guess is a different layer, but this piece here all the way, and then it has the whole rest of the handle, is one layer, and then there's 3 layers in the middle. This is like to make the sights, yeah, and then yeah, and then the other side has the same kind of cutout. So when you print these out and then you trace them onto the foam core and cut it out using an X-Acto knife, I cannot stress this enough, use an X-Acto knife instead of scissors because your cuts need to be super clean so they can all line up. So you cut out all, each 4 pieces, and then you layer them together and they'll fit together just like this. And then what I did is I hot glued all the layers, and then these gold pieces are separate, but you will cut those out and then eventually hot glue those together too. So yeah, after I hot glued, I don't remember if he has this step in there or not, but I sanded all my edges down after I hot glued them so that they're all kind of flush with each other and they all like lay nicely. Like these probably would have been like jagged. And then, like, line them up as well as you can. Like, these 4 pieces, you know, are supposed to be lined up like that. Mine aren't perfect, but they're pretty good. So the part that sets my gun apart from the props guy's gun is that he just spray painted the whole gun black and then just like painted the individual pieces or whatever. And I wanted to make my gun a whole lot more solid, and I wanted to cover up all the seams, because if you glue 4 foam pieces together, you're gonna like see that it's 4 foam pieces instead of like a gun. So what I did was I just cut out strips of just like regular notebook paper. My cat's getting me right now. Strips of regular notebook paper, just like the width of the gun, and I just paper mache'd it right on there. I don't know if you can see. So this is just like one long strip of paper that I just like paper mache'd on there. I just literally use like Elmer's white glue and water. And like here, you can kind of see where, zoom, focus. You can kind of see that it's 4 individual foam pieces. Sorry, I'm trying to make this focus. And then right here, it's just a strip of paper that goes right here and stops, and then another, and I just like wrapped it right around. And this actually was a little bit frustrating because where the edges are, the paper would kind of like stick up, and so you have to go over with like several layers of paper mache and kind of just like paste the sides down, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so I just did this strip along the top, and then down around here, around the trigger, and that's it. Yeah, so I didn't do the little edges right there. So after I paper mache'd it, I also wanted to make this gun a little bit sturdier and give it kind of a nice finish that maybe looked more like a gun than just spray paint would. So instead of spray paint, I used spray Plasti Dip, which if you guys haven't heard of it looks like this in the can. It also comes like in like a paint can that you can dip stuff into, which might work the same, and it might be harder though. This stuff is used to like coat the end of like tool handles and stuff. It basically just creates like a plastic rubbery handle for things. And people use it for like their cars sometimes, I don't know. But this stuff is really, really awesome. However, it can be challenging to use. I got this at Ace Hardware, and I think it was like $8. And I got it for another project, and I used it for this one, and I still have like more than half a can left, so it's totally worth it, and it's really cool. So what you do with this stuff is you shake it forever, and then you spray on a layer. Like how I did it was I would this sounds weird, but I had like a wooden chopstick, so I didn't have to hold it and I wouldn't spray my finger, and I put the chopstick right here, and I would just like hold it outside, and you just want to spray like really evenly, nice and slow coating, because if you do too much, if you just like blast the whole thing, you'll get bubbles and you won't get an even nice surface like this. So I would just like hold it like this with a chopstick, and I would spray like from this angle and then here and then here, and then you can wait for that to dry, or you can just flip it over and do the other side. And but don't go like back and forth, just do like one long layer, and then you have to wait like 10 or 15 minutes in between each layer. And I did probably 6 layers, and it gives me this just like really nice finish. You can kind of see where the poster board folded a little bit, but other than that, I'm really happy with the finish. It's just like a really nice matte kind of gun look. Yeah, so after you got all the layers on, everything's good to go. The next thing that I did was cut out these gold pieces that are separate. And it's worth noting that the first one I made, actually you can tell on this one kind of, I used gold spray paint and it ate through some of the foam. Like, I don't know if you can see the difference between the gold foam, this is like not working at all, the gold foam layer and this. Like this is solid and this is like kind of eaten away, but I didn't really mind. So don't use spray paint on foam core. I don't know if that's all spray paint or just the kind I got. So I just used the stuff that I got at Walmart for like 60 cents or something, just metallic gold, and painted that and then hot glued those on like this. And this piece isn't supposed to look perfect, it's supposed to look kind of jagged because on her gun it's like gold ornamentation kind of thing. And then she has little gold like stud kind of things, but I figured it'd be just okay to paint these on. The guy in his other tutorial cut out like little squares to glue on, but I thought that was just kind of an unnecessary step for me. And then the Harley Quinn detail, and then the little tally marks. I made those with gold paint also. I have this like nail tool, which is pretty cool. It's just like a dot thing, and I like it because I can get really nice detailing on there. You don't have to use it, you can just use like a toothpick or a bobby pin or even just like a really fine brush. But she has like these tally marks on each side, and yeah, so that's what I used for that. I taped off right here with painter's tape, which you can put over Plasti Dip and it won't peel off as long as you're careful. And then just painted the handle white with just regular white acrylic paint. So the next part is the cylinder that would hold the bullets, if there were any. This part I actually think makes the gun look as realistic as it can. It's really cool. For this, you should use a dowel that's, I think this is like ½ an inch, I want to say. Looks like this. And I just got this, I think at Walmart. And you want to make a mark. I couldn't find his tutorial for a while. Like I found it and then I couldn't find it again for some reason. So I couldn't remember like how far apart you should measure these. So I just put this right up to here and measured this little square, because this part is just like a cutout square before you make the cylinder. And so for that, yeah, you just want to cut out little pieces that'll fit into that square. I think there's 7 pieces, and then you put them all together in like a cylinder shape. So there's going to be 1 piece in the center and then 3 around, or 6 around the outside. And then you can hot glue them all together. It kind of looks like a little like flower shape. And then you wrap the outside in painter's tape. And then you can just hot glue it right in there. Mine's a little bit uneven, but it's not really a problem. Let's see, you can't really tell. But yeah, that's what it looks like. And then just did that in gold paint. I think that's it. So if you have any questions, just comment down below and I'll get right back to you as quickly as I can. And if you make this, send me pictures on Instagram or YouTube or wherever. Yeah, have a happy Halloween.